Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Voice still messed up. Anyway, this is East New York's finest, hosted by Mike. What's poppin'? Thanks to my boy Hector talking me into not only going but coming all the way from West New York, which is like the part of New Jersey that's basically on the other side of the Hudson from Upper Manhattan or the Harlem area of Manhattan. He drove here to East Orange to come get me at my house to accompany him. So we went to Avenel Flea Market, which is right across the street from, I guess, the Avenel prison or something like that. That place sucks. I don't think I got anything. I think he get something from there. He did get some stuff from there. I didn't get anything from there. Nobody had anything there. They very rarely have toys or anything I'm interested in. And then the people that do have stuff, like this one Mexican guy, he had the same exact video game shit as he had when I was there over a month and a half, 2 months ago. So if that don't tell you anything about that shitty ass market, I don't know what does. But anyhow, and then he wanted to go to Collinswood, but we wound up going to Englishtown, which I'm happy because I got this stuff in Englishtown. He's got a ton of Legos. He got tons of Legos. So that was good. A good ride for him. Decent ride for me. So to show you guys what I got, let's get to it. So I got this. It does work, but the screen is a little flaky on it, and the volume is very low, but it does power on. When you buy Sega Game Gears, like Sega Game Gears, Atari Lynx, anything that's not a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color, when it comes to vintage handhelds, you have to be very careful with them. Even especially the TurboGrafx 16 and the Atari Lynx, even more so because they have a lot of issues. After time, they just don't work. Even if they haven't been on in a long time. This is plugged directly up to a power source. It came with all this, but I only paid $35 for this stuff. The guy wanted $60 for everything, and we looked in it, and when I was looking at it carefully, I guess he got aggravated. Spanish guy. And my boy Hector, he brought stuff from him already, so I guess he felt a little more comfortable selling this. And he's like, well, Poppy, how much you want to give me? And I said, well, I don't know if the system works. And I broke it down to him. I wasn't trying to hit him in the head, but the battery canals and everything look pretty good on it. It does power on, it does work, but it needs work. So, but I only paid $34 for it. The adapter alone is worth about $10 to $15. Has a Game Gear car adapter as well. So you got this adapter for the car, and it is a licensed Sega one. So it's not one of those knockoffs. That's probably like another $10-15. And there's I think there's 12 games or 13 because there's a game in here. I think it's Super Monaco or something like that. The volume is very low on it, so I guess maybe I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and see if I can replace the screen myself or the speaker, or maybe I'll just sell it like this. It was in this tray. It's like a plasticky vinyl tray. And here we have probably one of the best games here, because inside of it is Super Monaco or something like that. Yeah, Super Monaco GP is in here. I mean, the system alone is still worth $30 or $35. I paid $35 for everything. The car adapter, the actual AC wall adapter, the system. Then you have here this Outrun. Outrun is probably one of the best, if not the best, racing game outside of Need for Speed. And so we got Outrun. We have Sonic 2. We have Castle of Illusion with Mickey Mouse. I actually had and beat this game for the Sega Genesis. Good game. We have Columns, which is actually another good game for the Sega Game Gear. One of the first games that came out at launch. We got Wimbledon Tennis, which is probably like nothing. We have here Namco Batter Up. We have original Sonic as well. I only kept these two together because I knew there was another one. We got George Foreman's KO Boxing. Then we have here Olympic Gold, Chess Master. We have Super Golf and Joe Montana Football. So just these games alone is worth about 50, 60 bucks. So, you know what I mean? I paid $35 for this whole thing. I should be able to get like a little over $100 for it all day. This is a GameCube game. Was it Ring of Fire? I believe this was a movie with Matthew McConaughey, if I'm not mistaken. They had this marked at $10. I grabbed it because it's super clean, and it is a GameCube game. So I was like, you know what? Until I sell off that GameCube, I'll try to figure if I get as many games as possible with it as possible. So yeah, $10 for that. So $45 altogether, even though this is from a different vendor than this stuff. This, me and Hector was looking, and this guy had this Mech Strikes Monster Hunters, Black Panther, and it's from Marvel, Hasbro. I don't know what this goes for, but the guy always like $1, $1, and if he had more, I'd have took them all, but he only had that one, so grab that. This was $5. I got these because they look pretty cool, and the gloves that I have when I'm on my motorcycle, like, you know, regular fall and summer, spring. You know, I have winter gloves, but they're leather. You don't want to wear those in the summertime. So I brought these. These are like mechanic gloves, but they're really good, though. They're still good for riding motorcycles. You just need a nice pair of gloves, so that way, you know, your hands are protected from the elements because when you're riding motorcycles, your hands feel funny already when you're riding against the grip of the handlebars, and then, you know, you don't want to deal with elements or pebbles and rocks and stone and bugs and stuff hitting your knuckles. When you're doing like 25, 30 miles an hour, hurts. So imagine when you're doing 60 to over 60 miles an hour. Oh yeah, that shit is like getting hit with a baseball. So I got these to help protect my hands against the elements, and these are only $5. So I grabbed them, and they are, you know, I have a Suzuki that is with blue and stuff, so this will match perfect with those. Well, with my jacket and the bike, so that's why I grabbed these for $5. That's about $45 to $50 cheaper than a pair of the Chinese knockoff motorcycle gloves. So yeah. And then this, I paid $1 for this. This is like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure. I'll put this with these guys. That's like Krang in an android body. Then here we have some Fortnite. This is a Fortnite guy. I got some Fortnite stuff over here, and that's why I brought it. I do have this Fortnite figure here, and she's the same size he is, but she comes on a helicopter. Then I got some figures in there, so I'll just throw him in there, and later on when I get a lot more, you know, I'll just put them all in the bin and bundle. Then this was, I couldn't believe this was $1. I mean, it is a Red Ranger. It's not like whoop-de-doo great, but still in all, $1, can't go wrong. Then here we got I think a Stone Warrior or something. It's one of those guys, like a treasure troll, but I think he's more of a Stone Warrior. I gotta wipe him down. I gotta clean him up a little bit and let him air dry, because he looks real dirty right now. This was also $1. And then these guys here was inside from the same people I got some other stuff from. Like, I don't know if you ever heard me mentioning the expensive people inside of Englishtown Flea Market, right? Where, you know, like I said, we were supposed to have went to Collinswood, but we didn't go, so we wound up going to Englishtown. If I knew that, I'd have brought some stuff to them to see if they would have brought it, but they probably would have brought it anyway. They're very tough with their prices. Almost to the point where the lady and her husband is kind of, well, I'm not going to say it. You know, it's their business. But, you know, you heard me mention stuff about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazords before, when they had the Titus or whatever, and they wanted too much money for it. And here it is. I wound up getting it for, I mean, I got a great deal on this stuff, so whatever. But, you know, everything comes to like $160, and she said, well, you know, her husband only took off $20, being that some of the other figures were kind of like, the legs were broken. You know what I'm saying? And They had him bagged, but you know the legs are broken. I think that, I mean, they had Clamp Champ. They wanted 20 for him, and they had King Randall, but King Randall did not have his cape, and they wanted 25 for him, and the legs were just like this guy. They had another Mosquito. They wanted 45 or 55 for him, and this one the blood does pump, and he is in good condition. And she's like, oh well, you know, you can, you know, hey, you know, people can buy them and fix them up. I said, yeah, but think about it. Who wants to buy a collectible and then fix it up? And it's not like you're selling it for $5 to $10, miss. You're asking $20+ for some of these guys. But, you know, she seemed like she was in a bad mood or whatever and whatever. But sometimes you got to swallow it just to get what you need to get. I keep counting upstairs, and I thought I have 51 or 52 He-Man figures, but then I realized that some of the ones I counted over because I have a couple of them that are army builders. Like Grizzlor, I believe Leech, and now I have a Mechanic a Montana. No, is that Montana? Yeah, Montana over here. He's a extra one, so I gotta change his leg rubber, whatever things. But these were actually a good deal. I mean, $12 and $10 for Screech and Czar. These things are normally around $25+ each. And especially the fact that they both have everything. Like, they both have their feet, which are very rare, and they both are in very good condition. They didn't have this the last time. Or they probably didn't. I didn't notice it. But, you know, getting these with their, you know, with their feet or talons, what we want to call them, intact, it's very, very rare for this price. I mean, basically, they both go for around $25+ each. Just because they're kind of ups, you know, they're not really that easy. I mean, they're easy to find. Anything's easy to find if you have the money for it. But, you know, who wants to pay $25, $30 per animal? Because, again, you know, these are not easy to come by with both of their, you know, in this condition, on top of them having all their wings and feathers. And, again, both talons. Nothing broken, so that's why I grabbed them. And he did put Screech only for $2 more than what he put this. I mean, they're more into wrestling than anything else. So, and, you know, I'll take that to my advantage. So maybe tomorrow or next week I'll go back there. And maybe, I don't know, I'll figure something out. Because I do want to go back and get that Rio guy, the Cowboy and Clamp Champ. Because Clamp Champ is an expensive figure. And, you know, they didn't have his weapons for him, but they did have him with his chest plate. And then Mosquito here, he was 15, and it's not bad for him. I'm not worried. Again, I'm not worried about the legs being busted on these things because I know how to fix them. Of course, I'm not gonna tell them that. And she's like, "Oh, well, you know, you can find somebody who can fix it." And I said, "Yeah, but somebody who may be able to fix this thing may want a certain price for these things." But Mosquito is in very good condition, just like the other one, except for the fact that he just has his legs popped off. But, you know, yet again, doesn't mean nothing to me. This is his right leg, and this is the other leg. You can tell because of the indent. So all I gotta do is just pop these out, put him back in. And Snout Spot was actually only $10, which is very, very surprising considering that his mechanisms work. As you see here, there's nothing busted on the back, and his trunk isn't messed up, broken, or anything. And I was like, oh, wow, I can't believe, like, this is weird. They had this for $10. But whatever, you know, hey, it is what it is. And then you have this guy here, Motorlock. I always get his name mixed up. And they had him at 25, but, you know, he has all his pieces. And even if he was 35 or 45, which he should have been, I would have took him anyway because it's very hard to find him with all his legs and arms and both heads and everything, you know. And I think the last person had part of him, and he wanted 35 for him at the flea market over a month ago in Columbus. So to get him intact, he may have weapons that are missing, but, you know, $25 for this. So she charged me, you got 25 and 10 is 35, 35 and 15 is 50. And then you got these guys, you know what I mean? So 50, 60, so you got $72 here. She was very adamant on 60. She wouldn't go no lower than 60. Then it was like, I think 3 other figures that was there, 2 or 3 other figures. But, Yeah, it was 3 other figures. It was Clamp Champ, King Randall. Oh, and the Cowboy guy. The Cowboy guy, I know he was 45. I think King Randall was 30, and Clamp Champ was 25. So everything came up to $160, which is still cheap if you're a collector. I mean, if you're trying to resell this, it's suicide. But if you're a collector and you're trying to, build up your collection, and the figures being in such good condition they were in, I mean, it was a no-brainer. But I didn't have $160 to go there and waste because, there's Columbus tomorrow and then there's the toy show tomorrow. But I'm going today to meet up with Eric, the toy promoter. Not fam Eric. I'm going to meet up with toy promoter Eric tomorrow, and I mean today. So I gotta get ready, and so I gotta go meet up with him. I told him I'll be there between 2:30 to do a deal with him for stuff, and I know he's not gonna pay a lot for the stuff that I'm gonna be bringing him anyway. So I don't have a lot. It's not like it's gonna be a deal like the last couple of deals I've dealt with him. So that's one thing. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I gotta put this guy together. I gotta change his leg. I might not even change his leg out, but I do gotta put him together. These are going right upstairs anyway. Let me look at snout spout. So he does have his ears are intact. His leg is actually pretty decent. He can stand on it, and his leg isn't messed up, so I don't need to change his leg. So that's a good thing. Obviously I don't need to change his. So only figure I need to change is Mosquito, which is easy because all I gotta do is just put these in boiling water to pop these out, and then put them back in boiling water before I, put the band in here, and then put it through that top loop, loop it through, and then put this one through, and boom. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with these guys. And yeah, again, this stuff. So I got $60 here, 35 there. So I'm at 95, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So I spent $100 down in Englishtown today. Again, no, 110 because I forgot the GameCube game. So 35 on that, 45, 35 and 10 is 45. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and then 5 on that. So that's 55. I forgot these. So 55 and then 60. So $115 is what I spent on all this stuff. This alone, I'll get my money back just in the GameCube. And that's just like a quick sell. Just like a quick here, boom, 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 take it, boom. That's it. Eric did say he do like video game stuff, so maybe I'll take this stuff to him. Maybe I won't. I'll see what he says and see if we could work a deal out with that stuff too. Because he said he likes games and shit, so we'll figure out that. I mean, at the end of the day, if I can make money, I can make money, man. All right, so yeah, let me get ready to get my shit together and get out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace.